Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. In this video we have some really exciting news. The Nintendo Switch 2 was finally revealed. We also have some news on the Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2 from Nintendo as well, and another rumor that another Nintendo Direct is going to be happening before that reveal. We might also have a price for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like and also subscribe if you want more Nintendo news, especially when the Nintendo Switch 2 news starts dropping. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is finally here. We finally got a trailer, and a lot of the stuff that was from the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks ended up being completely true. Different things about the Nintendo Switch 2, like the kickstand for an example, that was also leaked out a while ago and we already knew about that. Of course we didn't know if it was real or not, but that was one of the things. The joycons for the Nintendo Switch 2, especially when it comes to the design of it and the magnetic joycons. Now that was also, I think if I remember correctly, part of a patent too, so it wasn't completely leaked out. It was already patented by Nintendo, but sometimes Nintendo doesn't do those patents, so there could have been a chance where they just didn't do it for the Nintendo Switch 2, but they ended up doing it and it was right. Interestingly enough, where the mysterious C button is supposed to go, it was blank in the trailer, and some people are wondering, are they hiding it for that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, which we're going to be talking about that in a quick second, or second reveal I should say. And also that was actually leaked out by Nate the Hate and multiple insiders that confirmed with his information as well. Now the interesting thing about that is that Nate the Hate says that there's going to be other games coming to the Nintendo Switch, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Red Dead Redemption 2, the Halo series, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and he says there's going to be a second event, which is confirmed by Nintendo, so that was also right. So it does make me wonder if the games that Nate the Hate said are going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2 ends up being right, because that would be pretty fantastic. Now Nintendo has announced their Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2, and that's gonna be in about 3 months, a little bit less than that actually. They will be showing more about the Nintendo Switch 2 and more than likely some games as well, maybe anyways, on April 2nd, 2025, so not too long to wait for that. Now during that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, we also got something that was part of the Nintendo Switch leaks as well, Mario Kart 9. Now there are some people who are wondering if this is going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. People have found some things in the trailer that aren't in Mario Kart 8, so that's what people believe is going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2, Mario Kart 9. Things like this mysterious item, there's also new designs for the characters as well in new karts, like Donkey Kong and Mario have a new design. So overall, it really does seem like it's gonna be Mario Kart 9. Another thing on that as well, there's 24 players on the track if you count the different spots for the players in the beginning of the race. So this might be Mario Kart 9. Now obviously it's not confirmed by Nintendo, but considering that a lot of the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks ended up being true and part of that was Mario Kart 9, there's new stuff in this trailer during the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, it's more than likely Mario Kart 9. Another thing that was confirmed is that backwards compatibility is going to be for some Nintendo Switch games. Now I say some because some of them actually won't work through backwards compatibility. Some people are wondering if this is just for things like Labo or anything with the sensors in the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, because from what it looks like they don't have that in the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons, so obviously you wouldn't be able to use it. The interesting thing about that is I'm wondering if the original Joy-Cons are going to work with the Switch 2 and you could still play those games on the Switch 2 though, or is the backwards compatibility just for games that maybe, I don't know, something happens with the software and the Nintendo Switch and it just doesn't work. It's going to be interesting to see. I do hope that most games do work, and hopefully Nintendo will put out a list on games that do work. So if you end up wanting to buy a game that released on the original Nintendo Switch and you buy it and then you try to pop in Switch 2 and it doesn't work, you don't have to go back and return it. You could just look at Nintendo's website and say, oh okay, that's on the list, I'm gonna go get that and play it on the Switch 2. Now the interesting thing about this too, since all those leaks are right, I'm wondering if the power of the Nintendo Switch 2 is also gonna be right, because remember, it was gonna be the power of a a PlayStation 4 Pro. Now right before the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, there were some rumors going around about the specs, and part of the specs was that it was going to be about the power of the Xbox Series S before DLSS, and then obviously on top of DLSS, if that still ends up being true. That part I don't think is confirmed yet, not that I know of anyways, but considering all the leaks that came true more than likely that's also going to end up being true, which is going to be really fantastic because I cannot wait to see what Nintendo is going to do with their games with that much power. Again, for Nintendo games, I don't think you need a lot of power. They just need to be good, you know? I think for a while, I mean, even since, what was the last time Nintendo actually went after power? I think it was the GameCube, right? The GameCube was more powerful than the PlayStation 2. So personally, I feel like Nintendo doesn't have to chase power. I feel like they're kind of in their own lane and they're doing their own thing, and it works really well for them, and I still enjoy the heck out of their games. And design-wise, I think the Nintendo Switch 2 looks fantastic. Now, there is some concern for some people about the magnetic Joy-Cons. The way it attaches, some people are wondering, well, what if you carry the Nintendo Switch 2 by the Joy-Con, and is it going to snap off? Are there going to be problems, you know, a couple months into the Nintendo Switch 2's release date? And for that, I have a feeling it's not going to be a problem. If it is a problem, I'm going to put Nintendo full on blast for not testing it enough, but I'm hoping it's not a problem. I don't think it is, because I remember, I think near the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, people had the similar concerns, and as for me, I can only speak on my personal experience, but I have had the same Switch this whole time, the past, 7-8 years, and my Joy-Cons do not wobble at all or anything. Maybe I just take good care of the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. The only problem I've ever had is Joy-Con drift. Other than that, I've never had a problem with the Nintendo Switch. It's never overheat. The Joy-Con things didn't break. Nothing. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 is here, and we're going to be getting more information on April 2nd. Now, I do think more than likely we're probably going to get a release date for the Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd during that event. And speaking of events, it seems that we have another rumor that has popped up about another Nintendo Direct before the Nintendo Switch 2. This is what Go Nintendo has to say on the topic. Months and months of Switch 2 rumors. It seems like we were caught in a never-ending cycle that just kept on piling details. But that spell was broken today with the reveal of the Switch 2. Surprisingly, it seems almost all of the major rumors about Switch 2 were indeed spot on. Thankfully, now we can take a break from the leaks, as a rumor mill is no doubt slowing down. Just kidding. Yup, on the very same day as the Switch 2 reveal, we already have another rumor to share, but this one is about the original Nintendo Switch. Nate the Hate was the original source who said that the Switch 2 was going to be revealed on January 16th, 2025, and that inside info obviously turned out to be correct. The Switch 2 reveal trailer also confirmed Nintendo Direct for April 2nd, 2025, that'll focus on the Switch 2. Now Nate is following the announcement up with a rumor, yet another Nintendo Direct, and it's coming sooner than you might think. According to Nate the Hate, fans can expect the last hurrah for the original Nintendo Switch via a new Nintendo Direct that sets the air time sometime in February. Now, this is what I was talking about when I say that Nintendo always does a February Nintendo Direct, and even before that, I mean, I've been saying this since October, that I think Nintendo wants to set up holiday season really, really well. But anyways, continuing. With games like Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Pokemon Legends ZA still on the horizon, there's certainly more Switch news to share, and yada yada yada. There's nothing else important in the article. I just want to get to my thoughts on this because that's actually pretty exciting. So for a while, like I said, I've been saying that Nintendo wants to set up holiday season 2025 for the Nintendo Switch 2, and as we get closer to holiday season, you know, September, October, November of 2025, it seems like that's the case. The reason why I say this is because over on Twitter, Jake Randall _YT said this on the Nintendo Switch 2 post. The release date of Switch 2 cannot be earlier than June 1st, as there is a hands-on preview in Seoul, I probably said that wrong, on June 1st. Now, if Nintendo plans on releasing it after June, we know that Nintendo usually does a June Nintendo Direct as well. And why would they release it during that? I don't think that would happen. So I have a feeling it's going to be like September, October for that release date, and we'll get that release date on April 2nd. And Nintendo will use this Nintendo Direct in February to flesh out more games that will also come in holiday season, because we usually do get a Nintendo Direct in, I think it was September, actually. I think we usually get a September Nintendo Direct. So I think Nintendo is going to release it during that holiday season, or just a little before, like September or October. So having a February Nintendo Direct will also provide the Nintendo Switch 1 more games to play, and if DLSS ends up happening with the Nintendo Switch 2, who knows, maybe some of those games will also get a bump in resolution and frame rate. I think it's going to be worth talking more about that, about like what Nintendo's plan is going forward, because there is a lot of unknown for the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, other than like the look of it and stuff, and other than the leaks, like confirmed information from Nintendo. Like, what is the C button? Is the C button there? It was blank in the trailer, which I'm assuming they're going to save that for April 2nd, but we still don't know. So that's not confirmed. We don't know how powerful this is. Are the leaks about the power true? That'll be confirmed probably on April 2nd with the games that are going to be shown. What about, you know, any new games that we don't know about that Nintendo hasn't revealed? So it's still very exciting, still a lot of stuff to cover, and obviously I'll be covering all the news like I did today on Nintendo Switch News, but I'll be covering the rumors and the leaks as well, just like I did with the Nintendo Switch 2. So it's going to be very exciting. Especially because I do have some news to share that will be great for covering content and bringing back like the animation and editing. Right now I'm focusing on a whole bunch of new stuff for the channel, but I'll announce that later in a separate video. But yeah, exciting stuff. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Do you think there's going to be a February Nintendo Direct? Do you believe Nate the Hate? And what are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2, especially when it comes to those joycons? Do you think it's going to break? What are your thoughts on the Mario Kart 9, or possibly being Mario Kart 9, I should say? I mean, it probably is, I would assume. I don't think they're going to add new items like that to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And overall, are you excited? And what do you think the price is going to be? Because the last thing that we're going to mention in this video when it comes to news is that there was a price over on Twitter from Best Buy for $350. Now, that might not actually be the price because there is some iffiness with that, but if it ends up being $350 or honestly even $400, anything past $400, and I might have to wait a little while. We'll see, but I'm hoping it's $350. That would be huge. Could you imagine if the Switch 2 was $350? But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.